Good morning, GLASW. How are you feeling today? I am back and I'm ready to do another art activity with you today. Today, we are going to use our creative minds to think of an idea of a R2D2 robot. Why would I want to do a robot? I'm glad you asked. I've been so busy being at home that I'm doing everything and won't sit still. And my legs and my arms and my hands and my brain need a rest. So I'm going to create a robot that I'm going to also program to do everything that I do around the house because I am just absolutely exhausted. But before we begin our art project for today, we have to do our artistry affirmation. I am an artist. What I imagine, I can create. My life is a stage of possibilities, but there is no possibility I will ever quit. My voice will be heard. My dance will remove all fear. My drama will command an applause. To make use of my talent is why I am here. I am an artist. What I imagine, I can create. My creativity is a gift I must share with the world. Ashe. Today's quote of the day: to create one's world is in any of the arts takes courage, by Georgia O'Keeffe. So let's get started. First thing you will need for this project is your brain for your creativity. You will also need 2 pieces of white paper. You'll need a pair of scissors, some glue, a wet sponge, foil, some water, and a cereal box. So, the first thing I'm going to do is identify what cereal box I'm going to use. I already have mine. Mine's was a Lucky Charms, I believe. But anyway, a cereal box that you're going to cut up eventually. And then I have to decide, what am I going to do for my robot? So I'm going to draw my robot on my chart paper so you can see it. So first, robots need a head. So I'm going to draw the head of my robot. And I'm going to draw some antennas for my robot. This is what you're going to do first. You're going to think of an idea for your robot and sketch it out. My robot is going to have some eyes and a mouth. And then I'm going to make his body. This. Make my robot really big so you can see him. These are his arms. I hope I'm doing a good job. This is really off the top of my head of what I did already. But I just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to create. Just using regular geometric shapes. I'm sorry, I missed his leg right here. Give him some detail in his arms. Just little stripes. And there you have it, a robot. And of course his mouth. Do some hashing in his mouth for like a little voice box. But anyway, just a simple idea. Once you have your robot idea all sketched out, You are then going to take your cereal box and begin cutting out the pieces that you're going to use to create your robot. So, I have already cut out all the pieces that I am going to need to recreate my sketch. Once you do that, you are going to cut all your pieces out and place them or glue them onto a white piece of paper with the layers as well. So as you see, my eyes here have one layer, but the circles would be on top of this rectangle. So I took the liberty of recreating my robot. You will just need the glue and the paper. And he looks just like my sketch. Oh, I forgot his hands. Robot won't be able to do any work if I didn't have his hands, right? There. Once you have glued on every detail of your robot, you are going to take a piece of foil. And make sure your foil is at least the size of whatever piece of paper you're using. And I am going to put it on my paper. I'm going to lay it flat on the table. And I'm going to impress on my paper. So again, I'm just pressing down on the paper, making it flat so that I can see the details of my robot through my foil. I'm also going to fold the foil onto my paper so that it doesn't shift at all while I'm coloring. So that's one side. Side 2 is folded. Side 3 folded. And side 4. So now my robot is completely covered in foil. Make sure that you press down hard and go around every detail that you have placed for your robot. So you should be able to see the impression and the shapes that you created of your robot on your foil once you've pressed hard and clear. So I'm going to keep pressing so you can see my robot through my foil. Make sure you don't use your nails. Make sure you just use your fingertips because you don't want to rip the foil. And there you can see the impression of my robot. Next, we are going to use water-based colors. So any markers that you may have that are water-based, mostly all of them except Sharpies. And I'm going to begin to color in my robot. You can use whatever color you want to, but you must use markers for this project. So I'm going to give my robot some details. You can color your robot in whatever way you want to. So I'm going to do mine quickly. We're just going to color him in. This is going to be really cool when it's all finished. Now it's okay if you notice that your markers begin to dry, because that's what the wet sponge or wet rag will be for, is to give the marker that you have placed on your foil some moisture again. After a while you may see it drying out. That's fine. Alright. Make sure you add as much marker as possible so that when you go back, it works for you. I'm going to get some green. I'm going to use orange. I think I'm going to use purple. Let me see which purple I want to use. Oh, that's good. I'm going to use a little bit of black. Or brown. I'll use brown. That works. Brown will work. I have some sort of red. And as you can see my markers creating the colors on my robot. And you're going to keep doing this until your robot is completely colored and designed on your foil. Now remember, water-based markers only, because if you use permanent markers, this will not work. And to set off his face, what colors do I want to use? I'm going to use this blue. Now, if you want to, you can go into more detail on the outside of your robot. But I just want you to have a general idea of what it is that you are doing. So you do as much detail as you want. I'm going to use purple for his mouth. All right. And last but not least, his claws, his hands. Okay. Then you're going to get your white piece of paper and you're going to wet it. Make sure you don't have your sponge dripping, but wet it as much as possible. Wet your paper all up. Paper's wet. You're going to place your robot on your paper. Press down as hard as you can. And you should have a digital robot on your paper. Now, I did mine quickly, so I didn't put as much marker as I would have liked. But make sure that you use as much marker on your foil. And the thing about this is, because this is foil, it can be wiped clean, redesigned, and recolored to create another look for your robot. I can't wait to see what you're going to do. Remember, Make sure you have as much detail in your robot because this robot is going to be doing all the work for you around your house. Can't wait to see him. Talk to you later.